Meet a nice girl. My heart grows 3 sizes. Decide to ask her out. Her. You have a small pee-pee. Me. I sort by new. What are you talking about? She doesn't use Reddit. She doesn't use Reddit. She's an Instagram normie. They say that OP's heart collapsed like a neuron star on crack. I decide to make a very long meme so she can't copy it on Instagram. Outstanding problems require outstanding solutions. I'll be honest, I don't think that her copying this meme was ever gonna be an issue.
I'm not over you, you're the one it's gotta be, and I, gotta get you next to me, You try but you can't shake me, I think we're going crazy, keep saying that we're through, but baby
A special thank you to my patrons NQS and McPuffin, and to YouTube member Holly Miller for supporting the channel and supporting my content. Thank you. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are taking a look at r/cringetopia. We have been here before and I decided it was about time we return, so here we are. Before we begin, I figured out the problem with my camera, so much less grainy footage now. Turns out I'm just an idiot. Anyway, r/cringetopia. Let's take a look, shall we? Now, this is a picture. I mean, I'll give them props. It's kind of well drawn, not that it's an especially difficult style, but the question I have is just why this person thought that this was a good idea, or that they should sink the time in required to draw this. It's just not a very good picture. It's not very tasteful. It doesn't look very good. George Floyd Death, but in SFM. I really don't have anything to really say about this one that you guys can't already really think of saying. This is a subreddit of tasteless messes, and this definitely belongs here. This is a tasteless mess. So we've got our first video. So he's got some gamer gear, some headphones and stuff. Wow. Look at that. Right, I'm gonna pause it real quick right before we carry on. To any of you guys out there that are making TikToks or, you know, little things like that, doing that sort of half smile where you smile with one side of your mouth, not the other, like he's doing in this video, it doesn't make you look cool. It makes you look like you've just had a stroke. So just, if you're gonna do a creepy, evil smile, don't do the half smile. It's not a good look. Do the full smile. You know, Right, now we'll carry on, and well, he's breathing fire now. And he's still doing the half smile. That's the thing. It ends on the half smile. Just don't do it. Just don't do it, guys. Just don't. Message from Ron Paul. I am doing fine. Thank you for your concern. So glad to hear you're doing okay. Ron Paul is a Republican. So, this is something I've been seeing a lot. I've been seeing this on Reddit and Twitter and stuff, is a celebrity says anything or recovers from something or does anything, and they immediately get comments from people bringing their political standing to awareness. And like, nobody cares. Really, at the end of the day, who cares that Ron Paul is a Republican? And also at the end of the day, let's just remember that at this point, the Republican government has already begun distancing themselves from Trump's statements. Not even the Republicans want to associate with Trump, so it doesn't matter that Ron Paul is a Republican. Schools are removing analog clocks because students can't read them. Teach kids how to read a clock. Get rid of the fucking clock. When did school become less about learning about the things that you can't do and more about just removing the things that you can't do? I'm a firm believer that when it comes to secondary school and further education, you shouldn't be required to learn things like maths. Yes, you should do them as a kid at school, but when it comes to GCSEs and stuff, you should have the option to not take maths, because if you don't want to become a scientist or mathematician, it's just not relevant to your life. We literally carry calculators with us everywhere we go. However, reading an analog clock is literally a required skill that everybody's gonna need at some point in their life. Teach kids to read clocks. Also, I'm English, so I use a 24-hour clock because here in England, we can count higher than 12. Upward thrusting buildings ejaculating into the sky. Do cities have to be so sexist? Wait, but they're talking about skyscrapers, I'm assuming, as being upwards thrusting buildings. But like, give me one example of architecture for an extremely tall residential building that can house hundreds, if not thousands of people. Give me an example of that that isn't going to just be a straight shape pointing straight into the sky. They're not sexual, it's just basic architecture and saving space to get more people in. How is this something that The Guardian thinks is worth their time writing about? We got another video, and I really hate this video. I've seen this a few times across Reddit. Oh, it's just the worst. It's just the worst. The voice she does, like, oh my gosh. I just hate it. She's clearly acting. It's not real. He's probably not even on the phone with anyone. But people eat this up. There are people on TikTok that eat this up like it's candy. And I hate it. And I hate that people actually believe that kind of content. And oh, it bleeds over to YouTube as well. It's just the worst. It's so bad. Just stop it. Just please stop it. Oh, and it's so low effort is the other thing. I mean, I'm a Reddit YouTuber, so when it comes down to YouTube content, I'm pretty low on the ladder of putting effort in. But something like that on TikTok that gets millions of likes and views is so low effort that it hurts. 19, female, game design major, cosplayer, simp magnet, make me cry. Just marry me. Tits or GTFO. I'd smash for real. I just can't. You look amazing. What is the point of being a frequent commenter on r/roastme? These guys are clearly either follow r/roastme or they're browsing through it. What's the point of being on a subreddit like this if you're not going to roast people? Alright? The whole point of r/roastme is that nobody is safe if they put their image on there. You are just the whole... Oh, she was right when she said simp magnet. She can't even go on r/roastme and avoid getting compliments. Like, wow. Throwback to that time that I did an r/roastme video when it destroyed my soul. I did use a pretty bad picture though. I mean, I know I'm probably violating a law, but y'all have to see what I just saw on a resume. Personal information. Heredity, son of Rhodes Scholar, IQ 148. Oh boy, is the word heredity? Because I thought the word was hereditary, but maybe hereditary is for a trait that is passed down, whereas heredity is like in reference to your family. I don't know. Someone in the comments will probably tell me. I thought the word was hereditary, but that might just mean something else. But yeah, putting your IQ on a resume, that's not gonna get you the job, is it? They're not after your IQ, they're after what you can do. Mistakes into miracles. Okay, so hold on. When I saved this, I just thought that it was a picture of a city with them in front of it. This because someone drew this. Someone decided that this was an okay thing to draw. I didn't quite realize that in the background there's 9/11. I didn't notice that part. I've only just seen it. So much wrong with this image. There's nothing good about it. Oh no. We're raising our daughter gender neutral, but she only wants pink dresses. Where did we mess up? Okay, right. I'm either going to have people saying you're right, or this is gonna be horribly misconstrued and I'm gonna be considered transphobic. First of all, you're not raising her gender neutral if you refer to her as your daughter and she. But second of all, you might think this is a thing that I've seen a few times on YouTube and stuff, is raising their children gender neutral. And the argument is that they aren't associating them with any gender so that when they are at a old enough age, they can decide for themselves how they want to identify. And that isn't inherently a bad thing. But what they don't realize is they think that they're giving their children the choice, but all they're doing is removing any choice that child might have. That child can no longer grow up associating with a gender that they might want to associate. They are associating with none. And also, something else, just because she associates or wants to wear pink dresses, why does that necessarily mean that she's a she? Why can't a dude wear a dress and just be a dude that wears a dress, you know? I'm not against people being transgender, and I'm not against the people making the change that they feel is right for them. I am fully aware that gender dysphoria and transgender is a real thing. There is a different chemical makeup in your brain. It's real. And I am all for people doing what they want to do with their own bodies. What I am not for is forcing that on a child who is too young to know better, because they are a child. When they are older, by all means, introduce them to these things and let them decide for themselves. I'm sure that when they grow up, they will know exactly how they want to identify. But right now, they're a child. When I was a child, I wanted to be a Jedi. I wanted a lightsaber. I wanted to be a monster truck. I wanted to be an alien. I remember playing games as Crypto from Destroy All Humans with my friend. What I'm getting at is children are dumb, okay? Children are really stupid. They don't know what's best for them right now because they are a child. Oh, here we have another TikTok video. Are we surprised? It's another TikTok video. She's getting angry because she wants to sleep with her boyfriend and he wants to chill with his mates. And she's like, oh, if you keep mistreating me, I will sleep with one of your mates. And that's a really controlling and unhealthy relationship. If you think that you, because you were dating him, require more attention than his friends. Let him spend time with his friends, right? Imagine just for a second the roles were reversed. Imagine that was a man making that video, doing everything that she just did and saying everything that she just said. Imagine the backlash and the uproar they would get on their TikTok. She should not get away with making misogynistic and just downright gross and abusive content purely because she's a woman. Double standards need to cease existing. If something is not okay for a man, it's not okay for a woman. If something's not okay for a woman, it's not okay for a man. Things that are not okay are just not okay regardless of who you are, and this is not okay. When someone asks me for one good reason why I don't wear a mask, I don't have to explain shit to you because I don't want to. F*** you. Lamau, so true. We're just smarter than the maskers, I guess. Hashtag anti-mask. Right, so first of all, how are you gonna say you're smarter than maskers? You're an anti-masker. That's an immediate sign that you are just far less intelligent than the average human being. But second of all, how are you gonna pretend you are smart? You made a whole meme, and in the time it took you to make that meme, you couldn't think of a more clever or witty comeback than because I don't want to and f*** you. It would have taken you 30 seconds to think of something witty, and that's all you came up with? How are you saying you were smart? How do dumb people just not know they're dumb? There's actually a really interesting video on that by the YouTuber Thoughty2, so check that out. It's a video titled Why Dumb People Don't Know They're Dumb, or something along those lines. I mean, I'm not smart, and I know I'm not smart, but I know for a fact I'm smarter than people like this. Don't get me wrong, I'd do bad for cheating on Adam, but I'm an Aries. It's just in my nature. Plus, he's a Gemini. He's got submissive personality. Not really my fault. And here we have the exact reason of why, if someone believes in star signs, that's just a no from me. That's a deal breaker. If you really define your personality around star signs, we're just not gonna get along. And just because you were born a certain time of year does not make cheating okay. That's just not a thing. Okay? Stop being a horrible person and just decide, hey, maybe I should try and be better. Being better is not a flaw. It is a thing that humans are capable of doing. It's actually a unique talent of humans is that we can improve, so maybe try that sometime. With 2 adopted children from Haiti, it is going to be interesting to watch the Democrats try to smear Amy Coney Barrett as racist. Jenny, not only are those not Amy Coney Barrett's Haitian children, this isn't even Amy Coney Barrett. That's her sister, Carrie. But I guess all white people look the same to Republicans, hey? That was a terrible joke. That was really bad. And the final picture, here we have a cosplayer doing a little heart thing with a fan. And then, oh, that's just an F. That's just a big F from that guy. I feel bad for him, you know? Like, it's not his fault, really, that he looks the way he does. It's kind of mean of her, really. I mean, I don't know who he is or what his personality is, so at the end of the day, he could be a creep. We can't really determine that from a picture, but at the end of the day, she still chose to not commit to this picture, which is just a big F. Alright, well, that's where I'm going to end it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to support me, you can click that join button, or I have a Patreon in the description below that you can join and support me. Thank you to my patrons that already do, and to my YouTube member. I also stream over at Twitch every Thursday and Saturday at 8 PM UK time. In 3 hours from this video, I will be live, so go check that out. We're playing The Witcher and Monster Hunter World, depending on what I feel like. So go check it out, it's pretty fun. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.